Alright, this is where we left off. So moving on to the next problem. If I go ahead and look at drawing the line down the equals, this time if I pick the smallest variable, I'm going to end up with 0 on this side. And because I've done enough of these, I know I want my x's on one side and the number on the other. It only makes sense to move this negative or this x to the other side because now I have all my x's on one side and my number on the other. Then I divide by -7. 4 does not go evenly in, so I just get the answer of -4/7. In this next problem here, I've got lots of x's. On the left-hand side, I can combine my 2x and my 5x, which gives me a 7x. On the right-hand side, I can't combine anything. I'm going to pick my smallest variable because I have variables on both sides. I'm going to pick my 3x, which means I'm going to move it by putting a -3x on both sides. That gives me 4x plus 7 equals 19. I'll move that by putting a -7 on both sides and get 4x equals 12. Divide by 4 on both sides and I get the answer of x equals 3. On my next question, I have lots of fractions. We've talked about how to get rid of fractions. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. My largest denominator is 8, and I can make the 4 an 8, and I can make the 2 an 8. So I'm going to multiply everything times 8. This one, my terms cancel, and I get x plus 3/4 times 8 over 1 is 6 equals 6 times 8, which is 48. And then here I have x over 2 times 8 cross reduce, and I get a 4x. I'm going to move my smallest variable over, so I'm going to move this x by putting a -x on both sides. That gives me 6 equals 48 plus 3x. Move the 48 to the left-hand side by putting a -48 on both sides. That gives me a -42. And then I'll divide by 3 on both sides. A negative divided by a positive is a -14. Last problem in this section. I've got just about everything except fractions in this problem. Because of all the changes and distributing that's taking place, I'm going to change my signs to plus the opposite everywhere. On this particular problem, I have one set of parentheses where I need to distribute my term through. So I end up getting a -5 times a 7, which is a -35. And -5 times a -2, which is a positive 10a. Now at this point in time, I've got too many a's, too many numbers, so we're going to have to combine like terms. On the left-hand side, I can combine those two terms, which gives me 4 plus -2a. On the right-hand side, I can combine the -1 and -35, which gives you -36 plus 10a. I'm going to pick the smaller of the two variables, which happens to be this one, so the opposite of a -2a is a positive 2a. 4 equals -36 plus 12a. You can get rid of -36 by adding 36 to both sides. That gives me 40. And I have my 12a. Divide by 12. 12 doesn't go into 40 evenly. So I end up getting 40 over 12. But 4 goes into each one of these, so we could end up with the answer of 10/3 as well.